What's up, everybody? AphroditesCrush back with you guys again, and light is not my friend right now, so I'm going to sit up a little bit closer here to the screen. Better? It's a little bit better. So, I'm going to have our first taste video for you guys today. This is Scivation PSYCHO, the pre-workout mindset. Now, this is the Apple Asylum Extreme flavor. From the makers of Extend, hyper-concentrated formula, potentiates muscle strength and energy, provides volumizing substrates, and provides smooth energy and focus. So, no sugar, which is good. Let's see, per serving, 1% of vitamin A, 55% of vitamin C, 1% of vitamin A, 55% of vitamin C, and then 2,669% of thiamine, 1,153% of riboflavin, 196% of niacin, B6 is 484%, B12 is 160%, pantothenic acid 96%, vitamin K2 3.8%, and calcium at 8%. Then you have three different blends here in the product. You have the Limitless Muscle Blend, I like the name of that, which is creatine monohydrate, L-taurine, beta-alanine. Haven't seen this one before. It is glucuronolactone, inositol, and ubiquinol, which is CoQ10. The Blow Up Blend, which is citrulline malate, caprose, Indian gooseberry, and higenamine. Also the Possess Cognitive Blend, which is, of course, caffeine, which this is one thing that I do like about this product that a lot of products don't do. It actually tells you how much caffeine's in it. Most of the time you see a blend, it doesn't tell you specifically what it is. It actually says 300 milligrams per packet. So this packet here, it's got a little bit of weight to it, but 300 milligrams per packet. Then you have Dendrobium novile and Scillium tertuosum. So, let's see how well this tastes. Now, Apple always has a potential going one of two ways. Either extremely sour or extremely underflavored. This doesn't really smell so much like a sour apple. So, it actually does not tell you. Oh, here it is. 6 to 12 ounces of water consumed 30 minutes prior to your workout. As you see, I am dressed to roll. So, here we go. Toss that out. Do you have all of it? There you go. You gotta get all of it. Side. You really start to get the apple scent to it now. Alright. So, first off, looks pretty good on the inside. Does foam up a little bit, which a lot of them do. A lot of pre-workouts do. Smell is still relatively light. The taste is actually pretty level. It doesn't taste like you're drinking apple flavored water, but it's not so in your face that you're just kind of puckering up and your eyes are starting to water, so which is a good thing. Not really grainy either, which is really good. That's very much a good thing. A lot of these will tend to not mix as well. As far as pre-workouts go, this one's actually so far so good. Time will tell when we get to the bottom of this if it really goes meh or not. So far so good. Get a little bit more sour as we go along though, so just a little bit more sour. Yeah. Still pretty level. A little bit more sour, but we're about, and we're not even a full halfway through the bottle yet. Oh man. It's still going down pretty well. Most pre-workouts tend to kind of dry out your mouth as you're drinking it. Mostly because a lot of products will tend to have the graininess to it, which I hate that beyond belief. I cannot tell you how much I hate pre-workouts that will leave you with almost dry mouth afterwards. This one really doesn't do that so much. A little bit, but not a heavy amount. A lot of pre-workouts will tend to just kind of leave you wanting to drink water to start off with. But it's starting to get a little darker as we go along, which I kind of show you here. But one thing I am noticing is a little bit of settling at the bottom, which some ingredients just aren't as soluble as others. But so far so good. I can honestly say that it's really doing pretty well. And so far so good, I guess. It is starting to stick up a little bit as we go along. The taste really isn't affected though. The drinkability of it, even though it's starting to get a little bit heavier as we go down, it really doesn't affect it as much as a lot of other pre-workouts. A lot of people kind of freak out when they do that, and I myself, I really hate that kind of settling taste. And even though it is settling a bit, it's not horrid. You know what I mean? I find that there are some pre-workouts that will settle so heavy, even though it says put it in 6 to 12 ounces of water. I have just actually put a little bit more than 12 ounces into here, and it still doesn't feel really heavy. We're just past halfway through the drink so far. Excuse me. So, to kind of finish this out here. Still, it's you can tell it's settled a bit. Oh man, yep. Still really good. The taste hasn't gotten so overpowering at the end. Sometimes when you're drinking some pre-workouts, as you go down towards the end of it, the flavor kind of really intensifies and kind of overpowers everything, and that combined with the settling element just really makes for a bad experience towards the end. But this really isn't so bad. Last little bit to go here. What I'm noticing is not a heavy amount of settling in here. It's actually better than I'm expecting here. What I was seeing that was settling here in the bottom just a couple moments ago looks to have already redissipated. So, is that a word? Redissipated? So, pretty much finish this guy off here. And that's actually, probably can't really take a heavy look, but there are a lot of pre-workouts that will leave almost a film at the bottom. This right here, not so much. A little bit of selling, as I was expecting at the bottom, but it actually got better as it went along. And, really way better than I anticipated. It's one thing that a lot of pre-workouts just don't get. I mean, they get the flavor right, and then just the mixability kind of goes down as you go along. And this really is a lot better than most. Taste on point is important when you're doing these different flavors for a lot of us to, for lack of a better term, do right by the flavor. That's probably one of the better pre-workouts I've ever had. It doesn't feel like I just, ate an entire sour apple. It's really good. Mixability was just about perfect up until the end, and even at the end, it was still pretty good. So it's actually been about 8 minutes since I started actually drinking that. Not a full 8 minutes, but you're supposed to take about 30 minutes before your workout. So I'll probably put up on my Twitter account, which I'll kind of let you know it down below in the description how well it did. But otherwise, really good. Does better than most. Not like upper top level, I would say. Not really up there with like Super Pump 250 and like Cellucor. However, still really good. So hats off to Scivation for making a product that doesn't make people want to puke. It's actually a little bit better than average, and that's not really meant as a knock on the product. It's actually a good thing, because better than average is better than most, because it definitely doesn't taste like watermelon muscle pharma salt, and that stuff tastes like booty. So, but if you guys happen to like this, I will actually put up a link to this online as well if they still sell it. I know I'm still just kind of burning through a lot of samples I got from the Arnold, which is really crazy when you stop to think about it. I got so many different samples from the Arnold this year, and I'm still testing these out in September. So, but if you like it, have you had it, feel free to go ahead, drop your comment. Feel free to go ahead and go back and take a look at my other videos. Maybe hit the subscribe button. But I want to thank everybody out there for watching. Peace out, everyone. Bye.